Welcome to the Bardic Inspiration Podcast. I'm your host, and today it brings me great droning pleasure to welcome Brad Hettinger, a guitarist, guitar virtuoso, in my personal opinion.
Thank you.
And gear god. My God, this guy owns all the fucking guitars. What is going on, my man?
Dude, not too much, man. You know, just living life.
Dude, that was a really dope introduction there.
Thank you so much, man.
You were doing some chords that I would not have been able to identify.
It's all about adding the open strings, man.
Yeah, man. Like you were doing like a C-shaped thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, yeah, the flavor that you put over there.
It's like a ninth major 9 chord.
I like that.
It's my favorite chord.
Yeah.
You'll hear me use that a lot.
Yeah, no doubt. Yo, so I was running through the Levitated album that you sent me a while ago.
Monolith.
Yep, yeah, it was so good. The Lightroom. Is that,
oh, yeah.
Dude, I think that's my favorite song on the album.
Oh, that's a lot of people's favorite.
Dude, it's really tasteful. Like, and fucking also,
Hell yeah.
like, dude, the whole album, like, is well put together. I have to say, the whole thing came together really concisely. Everything went into the next thing really good. So anyone out there, if you're into like good death metal, like that whole album is dope.
Hell yeah.
And I'm pretty
you.
picky about my death metal too. Like that shit was really good. That shit was really good, man. You have some really cool tones and just everything, man. I can see
Thank
like
you.
that. I see now where it all came from. Obviously, it's really good, man. Yo,
Hell yeah.
so tell me about like what's going on with the band, man. Like, so you are like I usually consider myself pretty crazy with the amount of bands and projects that I do. Dude, you are in like every fucking band. My God. You just played a show with
Burial in the Sky.
That's true, yes. And that was at
Reverb.
It was at
on
Reverb.
Monday with Beyond Creation, Fallujah, Equipoise, Archaic. A lot of good bands were on that bill. It was a lot of fun.
Dude, no
Extinction.
doubt. Here, I'm gonna move this a little closer to your head.
Yeah, do what you gotta do.
There you go. Is that comfy?
Oh yeah,
Money.
we're good. We're
All
good.
right. Cool. Yeah, man. So fucking jeez, man. That's a banging set of dudes there. So how many shows have you played at Reverb? Do you
At
know?
Reverb,
Yeah.
I've only played 3 shows at Reverb.
Okay, all right. That's not as many as I thought, but
no,
that's
I don't
cool.
play at Reverb too
Yeah.
much.
The last time I was there, I think it was the last time I was there, but I saw you and your band was opening for
Black Crown.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm, that
And
was
I
my
just
first
got
show
the
at
end of your
Reverb.
fucking set, and oh
Yeah.
my God, dude. Oh my God.
That was a fun show.
Dude, it was
that was
fun
my
to watch
second
you
show with
on
Levitated.
stage, man.
Yeah, thank you.
It was like you have good energy. Like you're
I appreciate it.
You're a metal dude. Like,
The stage presence has only gotten better since then. I
Yeah.
remember because like I said, that was my second show with Levitated, so it was just like kind of daunting still. Like I was just like, don't fuck up the set, don't fuck up the set.
No doubt.
But it's hard not to get into like the deathcore stuff, you know, like
Yeah.
the really groove, and it's a lot of fun.
No doubt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that this is lined up well with you,
Mhm.
just because you're so far away with the guitar. I'm concerned. All right, it should be good there.
All right.
Let me just lock a little tighter. Boom. All right,
There we
yeah,
go.
my bad. All right, yeah, here we go. Yo, so can you give me a background of your musicianship? Like, where did you start?
All right.
And like, what bands were you in to get to the like hugely talented dude that you are now?
So so it all started back. So the way I started with music, I grew up listening like a lot of like old school rock and metal with my dad. You know, like Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, Metallica,
classics for sure.
you know, good stuff. So I grew up around that. And then I started hanging around my cousin and my uncle, and they were a lot more into like modern metal. Like at the time, I know my cousin was big in Avenged Sevenfold, and that really sparked like a big inspiration for me.
Yeah.
And I was over at his house, and he was playing bass, and taught me "Smoke on the Water."
Oh yeah, no
when
doubt.
I was like 10, and
I think that's every.
oh yeah.
dude's first song.
So I sat down with that, learned that on bass, and I really enjoyed it. So I went home and told my parents I want to play bass. And then they were like, no, I don't think you're going to stick with it. And I was like, oh, man. And then my cousin started playing drums more, and then I wanted to play drums. Guitar was the last thing on my list.
Yeah?
I did not want to play guitar. And then I figured, so we had like this old shitty Stratocaster knockoff sitting up in our attic that was my sister's. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to dust that off and try playing, and started playing around with that and taught myself for the first 4 years. And then after that, I got...
At what age, like, did you find that guy in the attic there?
So that, I was probably about like 11 or 12
Oh, damn,
when I
dude.
finally like dusted that
Nice.
off. Probably like 12. Yeah, and that just got me started. Like, I had no clue what I was doing. I knew how to tune the guitar, and that was it. And then I was just like, hey, this note sounds good with this note. And then just started teaching myself and started learning songs. And then probably 4 years in, maybe 5 years in, I hit a rut and decided, oh yeah, we always hit ruts, even to this day. But yeah, I found out about the band Black Crown Initiate, had no clue they were local. So then when I found out my friends were getting guitar lessons from the guitar player, Andy Thomas, I was like, you know what? I think I gotta get lessons. And I took lessons with him for about a year, and that really helped put a boost in my playing and really helped me get off my ass a little bit, you know?
No doubt, man.
Yeah, he was.
It seems like he
definitely
influences so many like metal musicians in the area.
He's a great songwriter.
Yeah,
that's
no
for
doubt.
sure. Great guy. But yeah, so that's kind of where that started. And then about 2 years ago, I started playing like out live and stuff like that. My first like real band was my band Dismal. Unfortunately, I just left that project recently to pursue other projects. But what those guys are doing right now, it's awesome. Definitely listen to their new stuff when that comes out. Yeah, that got me playing live, and then eventually I ran into the guys in Levitated. I saw them opening up for Rivers of Nile, and I was just like, you know, these guys are good. And then I started communicating with them, and their singer was just like, yeah, our guitar player's moving out to Colorado. We need a fill-in. And I was like, I'd be down. So I actually bought an H-string just to fill in for them because the H-string I had wasn't functioning. And yeah, it sucked. So I dropped like $1,000 on a new guitar just to fill in for these guys. Like, I was so stoked about that. And then after the second show that we played at Reverb, they asked me to join the band, and been helping them out ever since. It's been a lot of fun.
No doubt.
A lot of wild shows and lots of awesome jams.
No doubt. So you're from Burnville, right?
Yeah, I actually I grew up mainly in like Bethel, and then I moved to Burnville about 7 years ago.
Nice. So did you
Always
ever
stuck
do
around
any
here.
experimental stuff with the guys in Scarlet Moon? Because I know like they are the premier metal dudes.
So back in the
Burnville.
day, so I was in what is Scarlet Moon now. We started the band, I think I was in 10th grade. I didn't know a whole lot about music at the time, and we had a couple songs written. We played like our school talent show and stuff like that, but there was just like a creative difference. Like, those guys definitely wanted to do something else, and I wanted to do something else, and we just parted ways.
Yeah.
I still jam with them pretty frequently, especially Ryder.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
definitely do a lot of ambient shit with Ryder. He's a hell of a drummer.
His musicianship in general, like he can play shit on guitar that I can't.
Oh my god, no, same. Like when I was watching him play guitar, I was like, yo,
how do you know
how do you do
that?
certain things? And
Yeah.
he taught me like a lot of cool like bluegrass chords.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Oh yeah, he's got a very eclectic taste in music.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Both of those guys are crazy, and that's kind of a similar thing with me with Scarlet Moon, where they were just on another level, and I'm like, man, I can't relate like musically to what you're writing, you know. And that's important to identify that.
It is.
I don't know like what caused you to leave Dismal, but I've been in situations where I've been in bands, and it's just like, if everyone's not on the same page, the music, the product is going to suffer. So, you know, you have to make a decision.
Everyone's got to be on the same page, you know?
Yeah, absolutely,
that's for sure.
Man. Yeah, and you can't fake it either.
Oh, no, you cannot.
Oh, my God, dude.
Yeah, and you're always going to have differences with people, but yeah, you definitely have to be able to work together, you know, obviously.
That's what it all comes down to.
It does,
man.
for sure.
So that's really cool, man. So that's how you kind of got to where you're at. And then, so Burial in the Sky.
Yes.
I haven't listened to any of their stuff, so I don't even know much about them. If you had to compare them to a band, like what's the sound like?
Definitely like a lot of like your progressive metal that's out there now. Like definitely like Rivers of Nile, Fallujah. It's they describe themselves as psychedelic death metal.
Nice.
So there's a whole lot of like
definitely
ambient.
some river shit in there.
Oh yeah, definitely a whole lot of like ambient stuff. Lots of cool like synths, and then it hits hard, just like
They have a sax?
okay, yeah.
Dude, I saw that on like, was that in your Instagram story? I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
So the
What-
sax
who is
player-
what is he doing right now?
Zach.
Mhm.
He plays bass and saxophone
That's
and
awesome.
Burial in the Sky, and he actually played saxophone on Rivers of Nile's album.
Oh, get out.
Yeah,
Get out.
Where Owls Know My Name. That was Zach.
Wow.
Yeah, he
No
just got
shit.
off
I
the
didn't even know
European
that.
tour with them. Yeah.
Oh, he was with them.
Yeah,
Damn,
he got to go out
dude.
there.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Oh, it
you
was
you
so
guys all should have fucking went. Fuck
Oh, I
that.
know. Yeah,
It would have
was
sold. It would have sold something to go.
It's cool
Jeez.
seeing a lot of the talent here in Reading going all the way out to Europe. You know,
Yeah,
with
man,
Rivers of Nile and
It's
Black Crown
crazy.
Initiate.
It's
really
crazy
cool.
the talent that comes out of this localized
I
space.
know.
It's
They're-
insane.
I always think about it. You know, like growing up, you wouldn't think that Reading would have been like a hot spot for talent, but a lot of good people in this area.
Yeah, especially like metal. You know.
Oh yeah, especially with metal, man. The progressive metal titans, in my opinion, right now they're birthed out of Reading. You know, it's crazy.
No doubt, man. Yeah, that and like Europe, I think.
Oh, yeah, definitely Europe.
They're cornering it, and then you have Polyphia too from. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
I think they actually came from Texas, which is random as shit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Oh my God, those guys.
Texas
are
also
retarded.
has a really big metal scene.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a fucking giant state. They
Oh, yeah.
They
They-
should.
I
have
hear
everything over there.
people go hard at their shows. That's for sure. They're really big on like the hardcore and just death metal, all that kind of stuff. I was
Mhm.
surprised.
No doubt.
Yeah,
You been to Texas?
I haven't, but I have. I'm friends with some of the guys in this band called Crafting the Conspiracy. And they're from Texas. And when they saw, we played a show, Levitated, played a show with them, and we just got talking, and we hit it off really well. And they were like, "Yo, we want to like eventually plan a run with you guys. Like we can get like 4 shows out in Texas." And I was just like, "Oh my god,
Oh
I'd love
fuck
that."
yeah, dude.
So that's definitely something that will maybe happen down the road. That'd be super cool.
No doubt, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's exciting.
Oh, it
That's-
really
that's
is.
Super exciting, man. Like, isn't it crazy how the more shows you play with different bands from different areas, how similar everyone really is, you know?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I remember I played a show with Scarlet Moon, and we just at Reverb, and I can't remember what the band's name was, but just like everyone in the band was super cool and just chill, even though their music was like not what you would expect from those people. And then again, we were dressed ridiculously at that show too. I think that one we were doing I can't fucking remember. I don't know, man. I'm just showing my age here. Jesus Christ, it's been years.
But no, I get that. No, it's awesome just how the metal scene is definitely really connected. It's a well-knit community. Everyone just wants to support each other.
Yeah.
You know, it's awesome. Everyone is on board with each other, and just it's awesome. A lot of friends to be made. I can tell you right now that just like the past couple of years of me playing live shows, I made more friends than I ever did in my life.
That's crazy.
You know, like it's awesome being able to just have that common ground with people around you. It's awesome.
No doubt, man. No, that's super awesome too. The fact that you can communicate with these different people from crazy different areas about one thing.
Exactly.
Like that, I've been a huge proponent of that philosophy for like my entire life. If you meet someone new, the last thing you should be doing is looking at what makes you different.
Exactly.
You should be going out of your way like, oh, what do we have in common? How
Talking
can we
about
be
the
friends?
things you guys have in common.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Exactly, man. That's what it all comes down to, man.
That's for sure.
Yo, can I touch your Kiesel?
You can touch my Kiesel. Here
This
we are, man.
this is on the cast the first time I've touched this guitar.
my pinky boy.
So you just ordered this. My God, that's fucking smooth.
Mm-hmm.
You just ordered this in Kiesel's custom shop, right?
Yeah, I actually so this is actually already a model. This is Marco Kubo from Vela Maya. Huge inspiration of mine. Ever since I saw that he signed with Kiesel, and when they had this guitar built, I was just like, Jesus, like that guitar is just screaming my name. One pickup, whammy bar, pink. I was just like, So I ended up calling up Kiesel and was just like, can I see his specs? And I was just looking at
That's
it
a
all.
low A.
Oh yeah. And yeah, it's just got that ordered, and it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's very, very nice, man.
Uh-huh.
I love the race stripes on the back.
Oh, yeah. The
What
purple
made you
heart.
decide on pink?
Pink's my favorite color, for sure. Yeah.
All right, I'll drink
Love
to
pink.
that, bro. God, this is so fucking nice. So what
Thank
made
you.
you opt for the whammy bar option? I know that costs more. Is
Uh,
this the Floyd Rose?
No, that there is a hip shot.
Nice.
I'm not too big on Floyd Roses just because of the maintenance that comes with it.
Yeah.
The hip shot's been a lot easier for me to, tamper with.
So you've actually you've had guitars with both. Like
Yeah,
dude,
I've had
I
a
swear
Floyd Rose.
you've have experience with like every like spec you can have on a guitar.
Pretty much. I've had a lot of guitars.
Like play Brad in Gun Game and Call of Duty, and you're gonna get waxed because he's just been around the block with every fucking loadout you can have. Man, so the Fishman pickups, are those active?
Yeah, they are active.
Nice.
But so in this guitar, I don't have them wired that way, but you can actually have like they have different voicings that kind of replicate like a passive pickup or an active pickup. Like in my 1/8 string, I have a Tosin Abasi set that has like I want to say like 15 different voicings using split coils, passive, active. Hell yeah, dude! That whammy bar.
It's so nice. It's like right there.
Oh, it's so much fun.
It's man. So does it just screw in?
It just pops right in.
It pops in.
Yeah, you just pop it right in. My only thing is like,
how do you secure it in the back?
so it doesn't really get secured. You just pop it in.
Oh,
yep,
shit.
just like that. Mm-hmm. It
Yeah, 'cause
dangles a little bit.
Yeah, I like that.
But, like,
though.
I kinda
It's
like that.
smooth.
Yeah, because like what I do is like I do like a tremolo flutter sometimes, and if I'm standing up and doing that, I usually just kind of swing the guitar, so that way the whammy bar comes up with me, and then I just give it a smack. And that's my favorite thing to do there, like the little dips, kind of like Fallujah.
Man, that's fucking nice. God,
Thank you.
This feels very nice. The only other Kiesel I've played is Ethan's.
I love his Kiesel.
From Black Crown.
Oh, it's such a nice Kiesel.
It is, and it's an
Carving.
8-string, and
Uh-huh.
it's such a chunky boy.
Oh, it's chonky.
It's so thick. This one is super fucking accessible. My
Mhm.
God.
Yeah, I got them to get the thinnest possible neck on this guitar, which is what Mark Akubo does as well. Like literally everything that's on this. This is Mark Akubo's guitar. Just plays like butter.
It does. It makes me feel like I'm not good enough for it.
Dude, that's how I felt when I got it too. And I love the simplicity of just having one pickup and just
Yeah, man, I was
one
gonna
volume.
ask you about that.
Yeah, it's
And
just
yeah, you don't even have a tone knob.
Mhm.
What's your thought process on that? I'll send this back
So,
over to you, sir.
I just wanted a riff machine, and that's what
Dude.
this thing is. I just wanted this thing to just go hard in the paint with me, you know?
Yo, for sure. So can you describe what that pickup gives you? Like if you have like a very basic, 12 o'clock on everything, and you're just sending that pickup through like a tube amp.
So
What is it warm qualities? Is it pretty hot? Like it's
they're
on the
pretty hot.
bridge, so yeah.
It's kind of it's almost exactly like an EMG, because it like the voicing that I have is active, so it's gonna
Yeah.
be pretty hot. It's kind of compressed in a way, like a normal active pickup. It's pretty heavy in the mid range too,
Mhm.
which I like.
Yeah, you
I
like that?
the mids. Oh yeah.
Well, with ambient stuff, that's cool.
Oh yeah.
But, interesting for the metal stuff. Usually, you want more treble than mids.
Yeah, I usually like with my patch that I have with like Levitated, I'll kind of give you an idea of what I
Yeah.
do.
You might want to plug back in there, G unit.
So yeah, right there, I just kind of have my bass about 12 o'clock, mids a little lower than 12 o'clock, and trebles a little past 12, and then from there just boosting that presence. I usually don't use a whole lot of drive, but yeah, just kind of just really big with the chugs.
So angry.
Yeah, just big with the
spicy. Yeah, that's a spicy boy.
spicy riffs,
Oh,
man.
that's nice.
I live for that shit.
Damn, dude. So how much shit do you get for having a pink guitar, though?
I don't get much shit at
Nah,
all. In
for
fact, I get
real?
a lot of compliments. People are just like, yo, right away. They're just like, a lot of people recognize it. They're like, yo, is that the Marco Kubo guitar? And
Oh shit!
yeah, it is.
That's fucking awesome.
But yeah,
man.
people love the pink.
Is his pink?
It's pink. Yeah.
No shit.
He's got a pink one. He's got a couple pink ones.
Oh no shit.
But this
Okay.
is the one I like the most. Like I just love the raw tone finish of the swamp ash. How you can see that
I
wood
love
grain.
that. I do love that, man.
Just it's just simple, you know.
Looks like it was dipped. Like that's how it looks like it was
almost it
done.
reminds me of like you know like the pink frosted animal crackers.
Fucking yeah, the
That's
most
what it
delicious
reminds me
variant.
of.
Of
Oh my
course.
gosh, right?
Man, it is very pretty. Very very
Mhm.
pretty guitar, man.
Thank you.
Yo, so let's kind of dig into your history of taste.
Okay.
So, what was like the first band you were ever like, this is what I like, and then like, where are you now, and kind of how
Alright.
did you get to where you're at with your current music taste?
So definitely, like I said, growing up was a whole lot of like old school rock and metal. But I think when I really started to really appreciate music, I believe that Avenged Sevenfold is definitely the one that I was really into. And then I fell off with them for a little bit, and then I still find myself coming back to them because they are great musicians.
Yeah, dude.
They're great.
Yeah, that's one of the things. Like, I get into this argument with people all the time that just dislike Avenged Sevenfold. I'm like, at the end of the day, you need to give them credit for being like incredibly.
Oh yeah.
Like, not only are they making amazing impacts as metal into the mainstream, but they are incredibly talented. Like they're
Oh my God.
the range of what their genre, like it's like Metallica. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean? It's its own genre.
And they're
almost.
like they're just great musicians. Like especially you know Brian Hanner, Sinister Gates, super good guitar
Spicy
player.
boy.
Oh yeah. You know, people be like, "Oh, he's overrated." I'm just like, you know what? Like, I think he deserves all that.
He's about
he's-
properly rated.
He's really good.
That's awesome.
But yeah, and then
Let me just double check.
yeah, so
something.
bands like
I wanna see
that
how
and
it's showing up. But yeah, go on.
Trivium was a
Oh,
big one.
fuck
Still
yeah,
love
dude.
Trivium, one of my all-time favorites. And then I was big into Kill Switch Engage,
Yes.
As Lay Dying, stuff like that.
Yeah, Trivium's probably the band that got me into metal, to be honest.
That-
like
They
addicted to
definitely-
metal.
oh, yeah,
like
same.
playing metal anyway. Maybe not addicted to metal, but it made me want to play metal.
Same here. Trivium led me to listen to a lot of metal.
Yeah.
Because Matt Heafy, the singer,
Yeah.
guitar player, huge inspiration of mine. I just I love how eclectic his music taste is.
Yeah, man.
How you know, like you listen to an interview and he talks about how much he loves black metal, he loves melodic death metal, he loves punk. you
Yeah,
know,
dude,
all
exactly.
kinds of different
and that's
stuff.
his
So-
style. Have you seen them live?
Yeah, I've seen
Like,
him live
dude,
many times.
he's got like the Misfits thing going
Yeah.
on. Oh my
Some
god,
of
I
his-
love that
sometimes he
shit.
has like all the punk stickers all over his
Hell
guitar.
yeah, dude.
Other days he'll wear like a battle vest with like Emperor on the back. I love it. So yeah, he definitely opened my eyes up. Like that led me to listen to like In Flames because he was talking about them. In Flames is
dude.
great.
Oh
Emperor,
my god. Don't get me started. We'll get into that later.
all kinds of different stuff. That
Yeah.
definitely got me going there. And like now today I listen to a lot. I think right now my favorite band's probably the Dolly Thundering Concept. That's a
Yeah.
good band. They're very abstract.
Yeah, the title. of
Best
the
way to
band.
describe them is like they're kind of like a Genty between the Buried and Me. Like they just like they'll just mash up whatever the hell they want. Like it'll be like super heavy like deathcore, and then get all proggy and do all kinds of different tappy kind of ideas, and then it'll just break into like jazz fusion. It's awesome.
That's incredible.
It's really cool.
It's kind of like Jason Richardson's shit. It's just like you need to listen to it a bunch of times before you get it.
Oh, he's so good.
Yeah, dude. Man, that's super cool. You know, Matt Heafy does Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, no, he's
Yeah.
big into that.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's one of
He's
the
a-
reasons.
He's a
I
really
like-
busy guy.
Oh, I fucking love them.
Uh-huh.
I look up to him as a jack of all trades of sorts.
Oh my
I
God, yeah.
aspire to be at that level of talent.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
Um,
he's good at so much,
Dude, it's probably because he's Asian.
Yeah, that'll do it.
For real, man. But yeah, so yeah, that's super cool. And then so you what's the band? The crazy band that you're into? The fusion thing?
Oh, the Dolly Thundering concept.
Dolly Thundering
Yeah.
concept.
Yeah, they're not
God.
too big of a band.
No doubt.
But super super good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, some of the nastiest breakdowns you'll ever hear.
Yeah.
Oof.
So, you mentioned In Flames.
Yes.
I think their new album is the best album of 2019.
You think so?
I think so. It is so fucking good. Have you heard it?
Tough. I do like it,
Dude.
I did like it,
Eye the
especially because
Mask.
like I haven't.
Dude, the whole thing. You can listen to that whole fucking album, and I
did
do
enjoy
at
it.
length, like for hours. Like I'll put the whole album on repeat. Like the first week it came out, I'm like, this is my new favorite fucking band. Oh my god, oh my god. Like I remember like back in the day, I was nitpicking at them, so they weren't a front of my taste band. It was like, you know, Dead Ships Dwell. It was like, oh yeah, that fucking song slaps, and then
Yeah.
fucking go over here and listen to Events or whatever.
I really enjoyed the new album just because lately like the past couple albums didn't really catch me. I wasn't a fan of Battles. Siren Charms is okay, and the ones before that I kind of fell off of.
Yeah.
I think my like last favorite album from them was probably Come Clarity. I
Yeah.
really like that one, even though that was a lot different than their old stuff. But then I think my favorite album from them overall is Horacle.
Mm-hmm. Oh fuck yeah,
Love
dude.
Horacle. I remember like when I was like 14 or 15 discovering them, I learned like 3 or 4 songs off Horacle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned like Dialogue of the Stars, the instrumental track. I love that one. And then what was the other one? Food for the Gods. That was my favorite track off of that album.
Which album has The Chosen Pessimist?
Ooh, that's
Cause that song,
man, you're
dude,
testing me
Oh,
here.
that one, like I don't even know. Like I
don't
if-
even know
You
what
could
album
you could
that's
say
on.
one. I'd be like, yeah, totally. That you'd make up an album name. The 50 caliber
Yes,
shells.
yes,
That
Spick and
one.
Span.
Spick and Span. Yeah,
Yeah.
that album slaps, bro.
Oh, yeah, dude, it's sick.
Oh my god. But yeah, dude, that fucking I went on like a crazy like you know how YouTube does.
Oh, yeah, you
just
go down a
fucking
rabbit hole.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
just fucking I just found so many of their things that slap. They're just so melodic. Oh shit.
They are. Oh, what
Um,
happened here?
Yeah, it just fucking gets weird. But yeah, man, they have such good melodies in their songs.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Oh my god, like it's so guitar-y, but so easy to access. Like I showed my girlfriend that album, and like it's like so easy for both of us to just fucking be like, "Oh." You know what I mean? It's
Just get right into
so
it.
fucking good. And then they have like really cool like ambient kind of stuff. Like
Oh, yeah.
what's that one? Stay With Me. It's like
Mhm.
toward the end. Oh my god, that song.
I love that one.
So tasteful. Such a pretty song.
Such a good band.
Mhm. Oh my god, they're so good. But yeah, all right, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, and Trivium's so good.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about their new stuff, man? They got a lot
Trivium?
of they got a lot of shit
Love
for
it.
their maybe not their newest album, but the
Probably
Snow one.
Oh yeah, Silence in the Snow. People
Yeah.
shat on that, and I don't know why. Like the thing that I loved about Trivium always was that they did what they wanted.
Yeah.
Every album's different. They didn't put out an album that I hate. You know?
Yeah, dude.
I like it all. My favorite's definitely Shogun, and then probably
Yeah.
The Sin in the Sentence. I love the newest one.
Yeah.
Very good stuff. I love
That's
them.
the one with Heart from Your Hate.
Yep,
Right.
Heart from Your
dude,
Hate.
That shit slaps.
That's a
bro.
good one. Yeah, even though like it's like the more like radio, radio friendly one.
Yeah.
It's played on the radio a lot, but it's just like even that's still really good.
Yeah.
You know,
I think my
enjoy that.
favorite album of theirs is In Waves.
In Waves is great, and dude, I'm not gonna lie. When I first heard that, I did not like it.
Really?
I could not
Dude,
get into it.
that's what got me into like the genre you
and
play.
now I love it. I
Dude,
love
it's
In
the
Waves.
only fucking dude. That shit.
Dude, I probably like throughout my guitar playing history,
Yeah.
I learned probably 3/4 of that album.
Oh my
Learned-
god.
Oh yeah,
dude.
learned
Man,
In Waves,
fuck,
Black, Forsake
Oh,
Not
fuck
the
yeah.
Dream.
Yeah, dude. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yeah.
Play that shit right now.
Oh, something like it's just like something like a. Yeah, I
Fuck
remember
yeah,
learning that.
dude.
That was a fun one, man. I'm surprised I remembered that. That was
Well, you said
couple
you
years
learned it.
ago.
I'm like, you better prove that
Yeah.
shit right now.
It's been a while since I ran through that album, but man, it's a fun album to learn shit off of.
No doubt, man. Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
I never learned a full one of their songs. I was
They're
'Cause
fun.
when it comes to me for learning songs, just because like I'm the jack of all trades, I need to be able to use whatever I'm learning. So I was
course.
trying to do that one. I don't know what fucking album it's off of, but it's their one like it's like take away all of this pain.
trying to
I
think.
can't remember what the fucking song's called now. I haven't listened to Trivium forever, bro. In Flames
yeah.
like took over. Shit. But yeah.
I'm trying to think what song that is. And I'm so bad with song titles. That's what you'll come to find. Horrible with song titles.
Yeah. I can't remember. Fuck. Let me think.
Such a
But
good song,
yeah,
though.
it's so good. And I just wanted to learn it for to play it acoustically.
Yeah.
Because it would be one that that would work.
That would
for
sound
so
beautiful on acoustic.
Good. Oh my god. Like that's kind of been my thing lately. Like I've been trying to play diet metal on my acoustic guitar just because to make it more accessible for people. You know, I feel like I'm doing a duty here.
Exactly.
You know? I just one of my favorites to do is that Corey Taylor and Dave Grohl thing, this from Sound City.
Oh yeah,
from Can to Can. Oh, dude, I killed that shit. Oh, my
Hell
12
yeah.
string. Woo.
Oh, 12 strings are fun.
So
They're
spicy.
pretty.
Oh my god, dude. Yo, so do you wanna kind of let's share some guitarage stuff here.
All
So
right.
you have the Kiesel here.
I have the
I'm
Kiesel.
I'm gonna grab my main weapon that I've been using for years.
All
why
right.
don't you pull a different
I'll pull out
one?
another one.
Yeah, let's do that. So I will say, I actually sold this guitar and I'm borrowing it because I needed it for having you and Ethan on my podcast because I haven't replaced my 7-string yet. I want to do a custom guitar. I think I'm probably gonna get a Kiesel, but my God, you're gonna convince me to get whatever the fuck that is.
Oh, right
Jesus.
here. So this here is my Black Cat. They are handcrafted in Poland. It's a 2-man shop.
Poland.
Yeah.
My God.
They're really unique.
Hold that shit up like here if you can. Here,
Yeah, I got you.
let me get it. I'll like put it where it needs
Check
to
it
be.
out. Yeah,
Look how
she's
fucking
beautiful.
pretty that is.
Yeah, that
Shit
finish is my
so-
favorite. That
so
that
beautiful.
poplar
I want it like there it
poplar
is.
top, the
That
burl.
looks so good. Here you go.
I love it. It's
That
like
looks
fire.
so fucking good, dude.
Thank
It is
you.
like fire, dude.
Yeah, this thing.
That's
it's
probably the most pretty guitar I've ever seen.
Thank you,
For
dude.
real. And I've seen some like really nicely designed like carbon fiber ish looking
Mhm.
ones. That shit is so fucking
Yeah,
nice.
I love it. It's got push.
coil tab.
Yeah, coil
Nice,
tab. It's got
man.
the Fishman Modern.
That's your thing, man. You just do a volume knob.
Yep,
Every
just a
one of your
volume.
custom
Mhm.
guitars is like
I
that.
try to keep it like very minimal. My first guitar
You
had
never
4
roll
knobs.
the tone back?
Hardly.
No.
But I have it on a couple guitars. Sometimes I'll roll back. Yeah, this is by far my favorite guitar. This is actually funny story with this. So I traded an old Stramberg that I had, as I was telling you earlier.
Yeah, the 7-string one.
Yeah, I traded it for this because I was just like, you know what, I want to try something very unique. And some guy offered this in a trade, and I was like, well, of course. Like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. And then
So this
Got
you
it,
didn't
fell
get
in
this
love.
custom made. You traded for
I
this.
traded for it. I'm not sure who had this custom made. It's actually been to a couple different owners. I found out this guy, the one guy that you showed me, Alex Cook.
Dude, that guy's so good.
So good. So yeah, I found out he actually owned this exact guitar.
No way.
Like
That's
while this
crazy.
guitar was getting shipped to me, he posted a Throwback Thursday. He was like, "Here's 2 Black Cat guitars I had," and I was like, "Holy shit, that's my guitar." He had
That's
it because
crazy.
originally it had a bare knuckle Juggernaut and a Cold Sweat, for the neck and the bridge, and somebody along the way swapped them out. Can't complain.
Yeah,
These
and those
sound
are-
great.
Those are Fishman's too.
Yep,
I
these are
love the design, dude.
moderns.
It's some Iron Man looking shit.
I know.
Bro. I love
that like brushed metal.
Yeah,
It looks so cool.
It does, man. Like just that like little S kind of thing going on.
Mhm.
I love that.
I love that too.
That's so like it looks so cool. Is
Mhm.
are those active as well?
Yep. Again, like you can switch them active and passive. The way this is wired,
How do
though-
you do that?
So this one's weird. The guy that wired it, I think the guy that wired it, said there's a switch in the back. So like if I wanted to make it active, I would just switch it in the back. But I have this set to passive. I like passive because you get a little bit more of the dynamics out of the pickup.
Okay, you let's do a demo on that. Let's hear that bad boy.
Alright.
Let's hear the old girl. This is what you're using live mostly?
Yeah, I've been using this one live. Been just jamming on this one lately.
So you play in drop A, huh?
Yeah, mainly drop A. I keep my guitars usually in like standard or drop D or drop A. And then I just use a pitch shifter. So like with Levitated, we play in drop E. So if I'm not using an 8 string and I feel like using one of my 7 strings, I just pitch shift it down.
That's crazy.
And
so you
then-
make it so that this processes those notes and makes it
shifts it down.
E.
Oh yeah.
That's fucking
Mhm.
crazy.
I have a little drop pedal.
That would fuck with me. I don't know if I'd be able to do that.
It's weird when you can hear the actual guitar.
Yeah,
so, like, if we were
dude.
jamming, it would really like fuck with you. But live you don't know.
No way.
Like
yeah.
I use it all the
It's
time,
just
and
so
people would have
loud
no clue.
out there for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah, it sounds completely normal. There's no latency. It's really cool. So that's what I do, and we even have a song or new song that's going to be coming out soon. We tune all the way down to double drop C. So it's basically if you took a bass and tuned that down to C, that's what our guitars are in.
That's crazy.
Oh, it's real low. But yeah, this guitar, it's super fun. You got the
Holy
it's a fun
shit.
one. It plays
So
so
tell
fast.
me what's going on with that effect. See, I've never played death metal.
Mhm.
Like I've never played in a death metal band like per se, right?
Yeah.
But you, my God, that's how they make that noise. That
Yeah, you can
hear
do that.
so much.
Mhm.
So this is like a wah pedal that
Yep.
you have. So you're just setting it to do what exactly? Is
So-
it just a wah, or is there
It's
a
a
different
whammy.
effect?
So it's a whammy effect that I'm using. So with
Yeah.
this, I'll show you guys what we're talking about. So right here I have an expression pedal. Basically wires that up to my effects processor.
The Axe effects, yeah.
And then-
You have the Axe 8.
Yep. Love it. One of the best things I've ever bought,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. But yeah, so this expression pedal, I can program it to do almost anything, control any effect. I have one patch where like I'll play something ambient, and let's say I hold a chord and I want that chord to ring out. All I do is I push the foot pedal down and it's gonna ring out that chord, and then I can jam over it.
That's epic.
Yeah.
Can you have 2 inputs on that thing?
You can't have 2 inputs.
All right. I was just wondering.
Unfortunately.
Because I was gonna say we could like fucking.
Yeah, I know,
do
right?
some-
That'd
do
be
some-
super cool.
I could have thought ahead and.
I think
brought
like the
my
big
own
axe
thing, but-
effects is like the actual unit. Like
Yeah,
they,
you can
they
have,
do it.
Yeah, crazy stuff. Can
Really
I
neat
play that?
stuff. Yes, you can.
Let me play it with like plugged into this.
There you
I'll-
go.
I'll give you my lady here.
I'll trade you.
Yeah. And that's
Oh,
in
yeah,
B
love
standard. There.
Ibanez.
Dude, I got that thing at a pawn shop, and it's just, oh my God, this feels good. It's just where I've been, you know what I mean? It's just where I, that's the 7 string I'm used to, and
Mhm.
it does what I need it to do. Like, I know exactly where the pinch harmonics are gonna yell.
Oh
the
yeah,
loudest.
that's one thing that's like always hard to like when you pick up a new guitar is trying to find where that.
Oh my God, that's the same spot.
Yeah. Usually right in here in the pickup. Beefy.
Dude, this is even nicer than the keys.
Oh,
Dude, like
I
it's
agree.
thinner. Like it's.
Yeah.
Are you playing elixirs here?
Yeah, those are
These
elixirs.
These are some hairy
Yeah,
strings.
no, I gotta get these strings taken off here. That's it's from the what's it called? The gig bag. The pick scrapes.
Give me the. I don't know.
But it's a fun one.
Well, I am in love.
I know. It's
Oh, you're naked back here.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I've never seen them done like that.
Yeah, with the locking tuners.
No, just like with the open cog, just
Yeah,
hanging out
mhm.
there. That's pretty.
Yeah, I like that. It's
tasteful. Like
aesthetic.
yeah.
Yeah, it's very
This
pleasing.
thing looks like it belongs in a steampunk like movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck, dude, this is so nice.
Yeah, I love that boy.
How much are these?
So now they
I'll
are
trade you back.
custom. So it really depends on what you ask for. But I believe this was like about 2,400. 2,400.
And
I
the
think.
Strandberg that you traded for it was about the same.
The Strandberg I traded it for, that was about $2,000. I think about like $2,000. I sold it. I think when I bought it, I got it for like 1,600 used, which was a steal, honestly. It was a
Oh
sick
my
guitar.
god, that is a fucking steal.
Oh,
Jeez,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, it's like fucking Black Friday sale right there, bro. Jeez.
Gotta love good deals, man.
Yeah, man, I just got this. What I'm saying, I just got this PA, this new PA that we're using in the background. So if you guys want it, it's a Bose L1. I'll put a link to that
Sounds
in the
spicy.
description. It sounds so good. Like this PA processes, like effects processors so well. Like,
I know.
Doesn't it
sounds
sound great?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Like it breaks up how you want it to.
Oh yeah.
And it handles clean. Like if you put like an ambient tone on quick, like it's just so warm, and it obviously handles the vocals really well with the acoustic guitar. That's what it's like designed for. But yeah, man. Is that a two band? Is that a two band? Is that a two?
Sounds so good.
Oh, it's so good. It's so warm, dude. So warm. Damn, man, that shit is so good. Dude, that looks so good. Don't
Thank
get
you.
rid of that one.
Oh, dude, this is getting buried with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
For
man.
sure.
So, yeah, speaking of being buried, your Instagram handle is like the longest one we've had on the show. Look how long this guy is. My God. Or
Where is it at?
It's like down in this area.
There we go.
But yeah, man, that shit is so long. What made you decide? Is that your favorite band, Between the Buried and Me?
Between the Buried and Me is definitely one of my favorite bands of all time. So when I was coming up with an Instagram handle, I was like, Between the Buried and Brad. I was like,
Right.
that's got a nice ring to it.
It does. There's a lot of alliteration there. I'm a fan.
all the
I'm a fan.
B's.
For sure, dude. So, man, yeah, that fucking thing looks so good. Like even on camera, it's like it's right there. Just
Oh, yeah.
pops like under your arm.
She pretty.
Dude, it's so nice.
Mwah.
It's so nice. I love the 12th fret design.
Oh yeah, that thing right there.
It's
That's
like a
awesome. It
sunburst
actually
kinda thing.
glows in the dark too.
Oh, that's so
Yeah,
cool.
what I do is-
Are these guys on the side glow
Yep.
too?
Actually, literally every guitar I brought today all have like the glow in the dark frets.
What is
the
it called?
lumen
Lumen.
lays.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're really cool. Right before I go on, I have like a little flashlight. It's a UV light, and just quick shine it over it, and boom, they're glowing.
Oh wow. So the UV, like you're charging them up.
Yep.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and even just like being in a well lit room will kind of charge them too. But
No doubt.
I just use the UV light, just
Yeah.
gets them glowing right
Yeah,
away.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, they're very helpful on stage.
No doubt, dude. Especially when you don't have actual inlays.
Oh,
That's something
yeah.
like I've been like in between deciding if, like, because I want to get a custom made guitar. Like that's kind of what I've been saving up this year for. And that's why I sold this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's got some fucking battle scars on it.
I see
dude.
that.
Yeah. So I actually don't know where this one came from, but all the ones down here. I was shooting a music video. I had to glue that fucking guy back.
Oof.
Yeah, that one was a bad
That's
one.
a boo boo.
Yeah, that's a boo-boo and a half. But I had to glue that one back. Yeah, because I was doing the guitar flips.
Oh,
And
dude, those scare me.
Dude, and rightfully so. Don't do it with that guitar. Get like
Oh,
a fucking
no.
get a cheap Fender, to fucking pawn shop Fender to do it on first.
I actually know a guy that
I did like
that,
I
that
did like
flew
8
into
of
the
them.
crowd.
Oh
The-
my
the guitar
god, it
just-
hit somebody.
I don't know if it hit somebody, but his guitar got
Fucked up, no
Oh,
doubt, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, so yeah, I was shooting a music video. I did it like 8 times, and the 8th time it's funny cuz like I was doing it in slow motion, so you could see on the fucking camera thing. I'm like looking all cool, and then it comes around, and I'm like, "Yo!" It's so fucking funny.
That's gold.
Yo, it's so
That
good.
is gold.
Oh yeah, but yeah, plug this in. Like I kind of just want your take on like what this feels like. This so I got
I'm
this
a big fan of Ibanez.
Yeah, so I got this guitar I think for like, and I know it's way less quality than all
Got a
these other
Kid
ones.
Rock button.
Oh my god,
Dude,
bro.
hell
That's
yeah.
not my strap. I'm borrowing that guitar, bro. You said you got a Kid Rock button.
He gets me gushing like a fire hydrant.
America.
America.
Isn't he trying to be the president or like a governor or something?
I don't even want to know.
Me neither, man. I can hear that that's my guitar, dude. That's crazy.
Feels so nice.
It's not bad, man. So I traded like an old amp, and my buddy worked at the pawn shop, so I ended up getting that, paying with like a shitty amp. I got that for like $200.
Dude, that's a steal.
It is,
not bad at all.
Yeah.
Now, I've always been a fan of Ibanez. I've owned more Ibanez's than any other guitar.
Yeah.
I've had 3 H strings from them, and then I have an Ibanez bass, and then I had an Ibanez 6-string, and I had a 7-string, but the 7-string was more so like I got it in a trade and then I sold it real quick.
Yeah.
Just flip that for extra cash.
No doubt, man.
Yeah.
So you it seems like you do that often. You tend to trade gear or just obtain gear like rapidly.
Yes.
Like how? Like what's your whole deal with that? Like what makes you have the desire to get new gear so frequently? Like what? Like you're obviously on the cutting edge, and it shows in your you know your work.
Thank you.
That you're on the cutting edge of this stuff. Like that Axe 8 thing. Like Ethan McKenna from Black Crown borrowed that to go to Europe. Like that's the unit that went over to Europe.
It's crazy. This thing has seen so much.
Yeah, man, more than you.
Yeah, I know, right? It's whew. Yeah, I hope I go to Europe one day.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's
Yeah, man, I see the glow.
You can see them glowing.
Yeah, I love it, dude.
I love that.
But yeah, like what's your thought process? Like where do you sell gear? Where do you buy gear?
Usually the Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah,
and on
that's your
Reverb.
move?
Yeah.
You have reverb.com.
Like I'll just see like if somebody's selling a guitar real cheap and it's like I know I can make a couple $100 off of that. Sometimes I'll just buy it and then I'll flip it. You know. I remember
like they're selling it cheap, so you know people like locally will pay more.
Oh yeah.
If you go out of your way to get that.
Like I think the best deal I ever had. I found a guy selling an LTD Deluxe is a MH1000 with a Floyd Rose.
Ooh.
Those things were like $950 new, and the cheapest one I saw used was like $750, and that was kind of beat up.
Mm-hmm.
Now this thing had a little like chunk taken out of the back, but I bought it off him for $250. Oh yeah, I remember I walked up to him at the Guitar Expo, and he was just like, "Dude, I want to get rid of this guitar for $400." And $400 was already a good deal. And I was honest with him. I was like, "I only have $250 on me," and he was like, "Deal." Shook on it. He shook on it, and like, I just kind of went slack draw. I was like, "Did I just get this for $250? Like that's chump change."
Yo, for real,
for that guitar.
I mean, dude, like it was missing the chunk out of the back.
Barely.
Like
it was just like sizable chunk, about the size of like a nickel.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't bad.
Like bigger than the one on that guitar. Like flip,
about that size.
Yeah,
it was down here.
Yeah, that ain't that bad.
Not at all. Nobody would see it.
Especially if you repaint it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's gonna get covered up anyway.
And I sold it to a friend. Then the guy made a decent chunk of change off of it, but then he also got it for also a decent deal.
Yeah.
You know. Like rather than paying like the $750, $800 they normally go for, I sold it to him for like I think like $6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I think that's the move, man. Like used gear.
Oh yeah.
Is the way to go. Like I told myself, because I bought the only brand new guitar I've ever bought was an Ibanez hollow body. Because I don't know, I fucking love Marty McFly from back then. Like I was like, I need one of those before I die. So
hollow bodies rule.
Yeah, and they really are cool. But it just wasn't for me. I used it in a couple shows. They go out of tune pretty easily.
They do.
That one did anyway.
Especially with if you have like a Bigsby on it.
Yeah, dude. And I used that shit. You know what I mean?
Bigsby's like I know Ryder has a Bigsby.
Yeah.
Beats the hell out of that thing.
Yeah.
The guitars just don't hold the tune as well. It's a really weird mechanism they have.
Yeah. It's kind of like I feel like it's an outdated mechanism, but yeah, it is tasteful. Like they look great on stage. Like it's a great looking guitar.
They feel good too.
Yeah,
I like the way Bigsby's feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's really like predictable like bounce to it. You know, like it feels like
spring loaded.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's what you're expecting out of it. But I actually sold that to a friend of mine for a pretty good deal as well. It's a guy in my band, so it was Gideon. So you know, I wanted to keep that guitar close by in case I ever had the desire to play it.
I feel
again.
that. That's what I did with I used to have a Charvel and I sold that back to my cousin just that way. It's just like if I ever want to play it, I know he'll let me borrow it.
Yeah, exactly, dude. And if you go over to Jam, you know a good guitar is at that location.
Oh yeah, it was a hell of a nice guitar.
Fuck, this guitar is so nice.
I know.
But yeah, I was just saying, so did you get the Axe 8 used as well?
No, I bought this brand new. They're pretty rare
They are.
nowadays
You were
because
telling
like
me, yeah.
they don't make these anymore. They're actually making a new thing called the FM3. It's the same kind of thing, but it's actually cheaper. It can do more, but it's also less. Has less foot switches. Like here, I have like, I have like 8 foot switches with all the different channel selectors and all that stuff. Whereas the FM3 is only gonna have 3 foot switches, but you can still navigate on the fly with that thing. Really excited to see. I believe some of my friends are going to be getting that. I want to toy around with that.
Flavor test that one.
Oh,
What's your opinion on the Line 6 Helix and like
Helix is great.
Yeah.
Helix is great. I personally like Axe FX more. I feel like there's a lot more that Axe FX can do. Like rather than having like 50 amp sims, I think there's like 150 in this.
Dude.
Like if I want a dual rectifier, I have it. If I want a 5150, I have it. If I want a Fender Deluxe, twin reverb, I have it.
Yeah.
They even have like the Thornendal, like basically it's Frederick Thornendal from Meshuggah.
Oh shit.
They have his amp sims in here too, where you can mess around with, and they sound so good.
To make them beams of fire sweep through your head.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude. It's a fun unit, and it just filled with different effects. But the Helix is great as well. Another big thing too that people are using is the Kempers.
Yes,
Kempers are
really
cool.
That's what Trivium uses actually.
Yeah, Trivium's using Kempers. My buddy James in Burial in the Sky, he uses a Kemper. I know Rivers of Nile uses Kempers.
Ooh, I did not know that.
Yep, Kempers are cool because what they do is they give you a direct profile of real amps. So if you have an amp that you like, you mic it up. It like basically does this magical shit, and it just mimics what you want.
So you can
like a
you can
screenshot.
create your own patch, like your own model. Like
Yeah.
you record this, then the Kemper says identified, and then
Yep.
it makes its own shit.
Exactly.
Like it makes its own. Like you can put effects on there, and it keeps.
You can. Yeah, the Kemper has all
Yeah.
kinds of built-in effects, just like the
and then
Axe
you can
effects.
layer it on there.
Yep.
That's fucking
Like
crazy.
I know one of my favorite tones is definitely Brody from Rivers of Nile. Like I know he used one where he took like I think it was a PV Butcher, and then he blended it with I forget what other amp he blended it with, but yeah, he took those 2 profiles and used them all in the same patch, and sounds juicy,
dude. No doubt. So what's your rig? Like what do you play live?
Okay, so basically, whatever guitar I'm feeling for the day. If I want to play, my 7 strings that we already showed, and then I sometimes play an 8 string. And then I use the Axe FX, and then I take the Axe FX and I go direct into the PA at the venues. That's all I need. And then if they don't have PAs that they want guitars running through, I have a 5150 I use sometimes.
Yeah, EVH.
Yep. And then I just run it through the effects loop, so it bypasses the amp. It just I'm basically using the 5150 as a speaker. But then sometimes I don't know that the PAs at the venues aren't like usable, so I ended up having to go up to somebody and be like, "Yo, dude, can I use your cab?"
Yeah.
I hate doing that.
Yeah.
It's so frowned upon. Even though like I don't care like lending my gear to somebody, I know some people are a little weird about it. But
yeah, I've seen it, and when I was in Scarlet Moon, I think someone damaged something of rioters. I think.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it sucks because then it's like, fuck, man, like.
Yeah, you feel really bad.
Yeah, well, you feel bad, and then it's like, I don't want to, like, I let you use it, and now you broke it, and, like, you should kind of, like, give me something to compensate, to compensate.
It's a bad look.
It's just, like, if I was in that situation where I needed to borrow gear, like, I would totally be like, yo, collateral, like, if I fuck that up, like, I got you, like,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I'll put this fucking $500 in escrow from PayPal or something, like, just watch it there. If it's broken, like fucking click it. It's fucked up, man. It's but it's kind of like the benefit of just knowing a lot of different bands too, like we were talking about.
Yeah,
earlier,
like making friends and just
Exactly,
backlining each other's gear. It just makes everyone easy.
Yeah,
everyone's life much
100%,
easier,
man.
especially like bass players with their like, what is it like those really tall bass cabs.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like nobody wants to lug those up and down stairs. So if
Yeah.
somebody's just like, "Hey, I have a cab, just bring your head," like that
Yeah.
makes everyone's life a lot
for real, like I'll
easier.
buy you a beer and just let me use your
Yeah,
shit.
no, it's nice.
It's helpful, I think. Yeah, I think what happened is someone's head was throwing like they didn't change the ohm rating to match the cab.
Oh,
and that's probably what fucked it up. I think that's what happened.
That
In
can do
retrospect, that's probably what ended up happening. But
I can do it.
we got a wow. This Brad guy got me feeling a little different. What a charming young lad.
Oh, that's my boy Owen. I love him. He's one of my best friends. Oh, he's
No
great.
doubt.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out to Owen. But yeah, that's great, man. So have you ever had gear fail on you on stage?
What was that?
Have you ever had any of your gear fail on stage, like during a performance?
Yes and no. So, know how I was saying I use that pitch shifter? So that's powered by like a 9-volt, and rather than using a battery, I just use the 9-volt power supply.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the move, man.
And my singer in my old band Dismal, when he would move around and we would get nuts, he unplugged it a couple times. So like my guitar was in drop D, but I was using the pitch shift to go down a whole step to drop C. So like I was playing that chord, and I was like, "Oh, dude, this is out of key." Like, oh,
like,
I
did you
don't know
have
how
to
to
like on the
recover.
fly, like, that's gonna be here now. Fuck.
I didn't know it happened, and then there was a isolated part where it's just me playing the clean chord, and I played it, and I was like, "Oh god!" Like I wanted to throw up. I really did. I felt nervous. I was like, everyone heard that. My career's over.
Oh shit.
Like, can it, scrap it. It's fucking done. We're done.
Fuck, dude. That's funny as shit. Dude,
I
this
just wanted to
strap
pull a
business,
Nickelback and be like, "Hey, we got any Dismal fans in Portugal? No. Good night."
Fuck, dude. That's incredible.
Oh yeah, it was a fun time though. But yeah, man, I love collecting gear. Yeah, the thing that really got me started with collecting gear was like I really wanted to find what I like. You know, I know my buddy Zach was saying like when he was my age, he was really getting into buying different guitars, and then after like 10 or so years, 15 years of buying different guitars, he was just like, maybe a Strats for me, maybe a Telecaster's for me, and that was it. Like
yeah, Zach DeSantis.
Yeah, from Penn Ave.
Yeah, I love
cool
that guy,
dude, man. He's chill as fuck.
I have Anu Brutus right up there.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think I'm gonna try to have him on soon. I
totally have him. He's an interesting dude.
I love him, man. Every time I see him, he's so tasteful.
Yeah, he is.
He's so tasteful.
I remember there's a couple times, like every time I go into Penn Avenue just to buy a string, or not a string, but a pack of strings or something, I expect to be there for like 15 minutes, and then me and him just get shooting the shit, and it's like, oh, they're closing already, and then I'm just like, I feel bad. I'll let you go, man. But like we just shoot the shit talking about different music. Like him and I are very different musicians, but it just goes to show like how music connects people. Like we talk to each other and like show each other what we're working on and what we've been messing with. Like he showed me like the cage system. Haven't fully gotten that down, but like it's just a way to just navigate around the fretboard. He was like showing me all that kind of cool stuff. Yeah,
I'll have to ask him about.
He knows a lot of stuff. He knows his shit.
Yeah, dude, and it's so super tasteful, and that's the kind of musician he is. I feel like he could totally shred it. But like the way he plays, like
he plays a lot of feel,
dude.
I love his playing.
Dude.
I love his playing. When he was doing that thing where
let's trade again.
Trade again.
Yeah, I just want to. I kind of want to pull out the other ones, but go ahead and finish what you're saying.
He was playing. What was he doing? Oh, he had like a 30-day project where he was writing a song and like editing a video for it every day for a month, and he was just coming up with such cool shit.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot on Instagram lately, and I'm happy because I like watching and listening to like what he's doing every day. I think he's doing like post a new thing every week. He has a new thing up. That's been his hashtag or whatever.
Oh yeah, he posts some really good content.
No doubt. I'll let that guy chill. So
I'll get out my last boy.
Yeah. So this guitar right here.
BC Rich.
No doubt there's going to be some haters out there because this is a very controversial fucking guitar to have. But this is like, dude, I found this one in a pawn shop as well. And it was kind of like, I was just running around pawn shops. It was kind of, I was young and had a, shitty job and like no money. So I was just like, that's where I was shopping for stuff. And I just found this guitar and I'm like, wow, this thing is actually really nice. Like I'd played nice guitars up to that point, and I was like, this is actually decent quality. So then my uncle does customization on his like guitars.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, oh, I want to just black out all the hardware and all this other shit. So over time I just started getting the parts and like got fucking everything set up, and you know, I got that fucking one red pickup right there.
I love that.
So that's how you know
I
it's,
actually really like
it's
that.
business down on the bridge. But yeah, man, it's a little bit of a thick neck for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, this guitar is super nice. I got it for $100,
Oh, you can't beat that,
dude, for sure.
You really can't. For $100,
And it does everything I need it to be.
It's a workhorse.
Dude,
This
fan
is my
frets.
workhorse.
Yeah,
right
man,
here,
that thing
man.
is crazy, man.
I absolutely love this guitar.
So how much is that new
New, they're like $2,500
for a 6-string that variant?
Yeah.
And headless. Man.
Yeah, I got this, but actually got it on sale, a huge sale on Musician's Friend. I think they're doing like a Memorial Day sale or something when I got it, and it came down to be like $1,800. Well,
so you got that brand new.
Yeah, I got this one brand new.
Was it good out of the box?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I haven't touched this as in like setup. I've had it for over a year now, I think, and I have not touched the setup. Still plays like butter.
That's interesting.
Yeah, the no headstock.
Yeah,
is extremely helpful. It's
really
feel this, man.
Let's try.
It weighs 5 pounds. See, now this thing feels massive.
Way heavier. Yeah,
This thing feels fucking massive.
Dude, and you know which guitar I wanted to get from Kiesel. See, you know Andy James. You know who that is? He has a signature model now with Kiesel.
I love his models,
dude. Oh wow, this is fucking different.
It is different.
But yeah, his is like, you know, the Andy James whatever the fuck model, but there's like a variant of his body without a head called the I think it's I know the one I want is the 07, but I think it's like Osiris.
The Osiris.
Is that right?
Beautiful guitars.
So fucking nice, dude. Wow. Let me noodle on this for a fucking
right.
minute. Give me some some
what kind of tone you want?
Oh my god, how many fucking
Yeah, it's got a 5-way switch.
Wow, dude. This thing.
What kind of tone you want?
This thing feels like I shouldn't be touching it.
There you go. Get some clean. Just in standard. Oh, it's pretty. Try the split voicing. So here, all you got to do. All right, so take it take that 5-way switch, knock it back 1. There's a split voicing.
Split voicing.
Yep.
So what does that do? I don't
So-
know that term.
It kind of so you know how like there's single coils, like a Stratocaster. You'll see like the pickups that only have one pickup. What that does is like it kind of gives it like a different kind of output. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So rather than using two coils, it's using one.
Yeah, this is just doing the single coil of that.
Yeah, it
And
makes
then
it sound spanky.
so in this one, it's using these two.
Yep, the middle
Yeah,
one's using
that's
two.
that's the way my Ibanez is done. I
Yep,
didn't know
yeah.
that was called split voicing.
Yep, split. Yeah, it's a split
I didn't
voicing.
know that
yeah,
was
split
the
coil
term for that.
Yep. Crystally clean.
Dude, this neck feels so fucking unique.
It is. So about that.
So it's like it's not like a round neck.
It's
It's like what it was like. What would you just? That's like a
trapezoid.
Yes, that's the fucking word.
Yeah, it's shaped like a trapezoid, and
but
it
it's a
sounds
little
awkward.
round. It's a little rounded though.
So what that is called, it's exclusive to Strambergs, and that's the main reason why I wanted one. It has what they call an ender neck, and what that is it's just ergonomically designed so that way your hand is in the most ergonomic position at all times. So when you're up here, it's gonna be thicker. As you go up, see how your thumb is just in the perfect position no matter what. It's awesome.
I need one of these to fix my bad habits.
Oh, for real. They will correct your playing. It even so you see how it has a cutaway here? You can set it up here like this, so that way you can play in a classical position. Right there. There. Now you're in proper playing position.
Does this look good on me?
It's beautiful.
I need to buy one of these now.
Oh, what can I say, man? I sell people in Strambergs all the time. A lot of people don't know about them, and more people got to know. Like, once you play a Stramberg, no other guitar feels the same. And the fan frets, it's awesome.
Yeah. So, what's a thing to play to really feel the fan frettedness?
See, with this, you're
Should
not
I
going to
play,
notice
like-
it as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the way it's designed, it's that way. You don't really notice it. It's not like, you know how like you probably seen Ibanez do the fan frets. They have a really obnoxious fan fret, whereas this, it's hardly noticeable.
It's a little interesting the further up you go.
Yeah,
But I don't really notice it that much.
I like it because like chords just feel a lot more. I don't know. It's just a lot more accessible.
Is it like it's an ergonomic thing, right?
It is. And the guy that owns the company, Ola Stramberg, he designed them with full intent, just making the most ergonomic design possible. It's neat stuff. But yeah, like how you were saying, like about like breaking bad habits. Like this guitar broke a lot of habits for me. I just feel like I'm always playing like properly, you know?
Yeah, man. Like it really does that. Like it really slopes in.
Mm-hmm. It's super interesting.
Crazy, dude. Wow.
Yeah, I have no desire to ever get rid of that guitar. Good shit. Love those harmonics.
It's been my thing lately.
Ah, same
So
here.
this is cool. So you need an Allen wrench to tighten these down, right?
Yep, you use an Allen wrench. The way it strings through is right there at the bottom.
I'm gonna take it off so I can get a better look. God,
Yeah.
this is so fucking nice.
It's a neat one, man.
No looking at my receding hairline. All right.
But yeah, they pop
Play
in through there.
Daddario's, my man.
Yep, Daddario.
You try those NYXLs yet?
I do like them a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah. They are nice though, yeah.
They are nice.
Man.
But yeah, it's super easy
Can
to
I
restring.
kind of like move them around? I kind of want to feel what it's like to tune it.
Yeah, you can mess around with
Yeah,
like
let me-
just
let
like
me
mess
just-
around
I'll
with
make-
like the E string.
Yeah, I'll just put it in drop D or something.
They're pretty tight. That's all you got to do to tune it. And the
Does
tuning
it stay pretty like?
Oh yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like the tuning stability on it is like unmatched. It's actually really good.
How do you do that? I think that's it. Oh Jesus!
Caught you off guard. Tool.
Yeah, I just learned that from my buddy. I
I was actually just
it's the
playing
only
some
thing I
Tool
can
on the
think of
bass
of fucking-
earlier. I learned the Grudge on bass. Beautiful.
Angels on the sideline. God, fuck.
Such a
this
good
guitar
song.
is so fucking nice.
Thank
I
you.
want to hold it up.
It's beautiful.
Look at like it's crazy looking. You like Yvette Young? That's how I found out about Kiesel. You know who that is? Yvette Young from
Yeah.
Covet?
You mean Stramberg, right? Or Kiesel?
What did I
you
say?
mean Kiesel? You said Kiesel.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Strandberg, my bad.
Yeah, she plays
Yeah,
Strambergs
she
too.
does. Like she paints them herself.
Yeah, same with Sarah
Such a-
Longfield.
Yes,
She does the same
yes,
thing.
Yes, the chicks like them. They're light, you know.
Yeah.
It's heavier than I thought it was gonna be, though.
Really?
Well,
See,
in a
that's the
good
thing.
way. In a good
I don't
way.
think
Like I
it's
thought it
heavy
was
at
gonna be.
all, yeah.
Well, that was a wrong word. It weighs more than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
In a good way, like because if it was like a feather, I wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
But this actually, it has some girth to it. Like
Mhm.
it feels like if it was too light, I'd feel like it was fragile. And this
Yeah.
feels durable. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like God, you know, forgive you if you drop it, but it feels like it could eat it. You know what I mean? It could totally eat a couple drops. I love that it hides the cable
Oh, yeah.
back there. Fuck this.
It's super nice. It's like
is so
the
pretty.
contours on it is just so nice.
Yeah, I want to kind of look at the top. So you have that truss rod adjuster right there.
Oh
huh?
yeah, you don't have to. The truss rod's right
It's
there.
right at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Just
That's
a
super easy.
tip. Oh shit, that's fucking funny. It looks like a pee hole though, for real. Like that's out of control. Wow. That's very nice, dude.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you finally got to hold it.
Dude, me too,
It's,
man. I've been wanting to fucking touch this since you got it. Like I saw you post it on Instagram. I'm like, oh, can we be friends?
I'll trade you here.
Yeah. You want to play this thing? Throw it through some grid. I want you to.
Oh my god.
I want you to hear that pearly gate.
I want to hear that pearly gate. I actually haven't played through a pearly gate yet.
Dude, they're
Here,
nice.
I'll trade you again.
Yeah, let's do it. Boom, bada bing.
All right.
This is such a nice guitar.
Oh yeah.
This is
my baby.
This is such a fun podcast. We're just trading. Look at each
just
other's
jamming.
gear.
Let's throw on Ethan's tone that he was using for Europe. Something like that.
Fuck yeah, dude.
What was that? The
I don't
Death
even
song. Spirit Crusher.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Death. That's a band.
Yeah.
They have a song called Vultures.
No,
Am I
no,
thinking of
you might be
something
thinking of
else?
something else. Death is the band that invented death metal.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. I'll drink to
Yeah.
that. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Great band. One of my favorites for sure.
But it
no,
ain't
this is
bad,
awesome.
right?
It's not bad at all.
Like it for like $100 guitar.
Oh my god, yeah.
That neck's pretty
You wouldn't
nice.
know.
Like it's
You
a
got it
really
decked out with locking tuners.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what
Awesome.
I mean? I upgraded it everywhere I thought it needed to be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that neck pickup is a pearly gate as well.
Oh, so they're both pearly
Yeah,
gates.
yeah.
Try a lead.
Ooh. The harmonic
Oh,
minor,
yeah.
is that what
This
we're
is
doing
nice.
here? That was so
I'm not gonna lie,
tasteful.
this feels incredible
feels
for what
right?
you paid for.
Right?
Oh my god.
And it just goes to show, like, if you really want, if a guitar feels good, and you've been playing long enough to know what a guitar is supposed to feel like, you can probably look at it and go like, well, how
This
much
needs
is
this.
Like,
I want this on.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I mean? Of course.
And I think before you go buying like a custom guitar, like if you're like me and you're kind of cheap,
Mhm.
you know, before you go trying new shit without knowing too much about it, it's a cool idea to go ahead and just, you know, put that shit in there. And if you get to take the time to put the parts in yourself and like soldering up the pickups and everything,
Mhm.
it gives you a really good appreciation for what a nice custom guitar is.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh for sure.
Like that's why like I'm looking at this and that the Black Cat, I'm just like, fuck, like it's a masterpiece. You know what I mean? It's
guitars are a work of art.
They really are,
The
man.
Lutherie that goes into it.
Mm-hmm. Here, I'll throw this back on your lap there, sir.
I got you.
But
But this is really nice. I'm not even gonna lie.
yeah, man, like for what it is, it's incredible. And I
Oh,
highly
yeah.
recommend giving it a shot, man, cuz it's an art. It's an art form, you know what I mean? Building a guitar, like, you know what I mean? You have like you were just saying with Yvette Young and Sarah Longfield painting their
Oh, yeah.
Strandbergs, you know what I mean? Make it your own.
Oh yeah, it's
Like,
awesome how you
Like
can do that.
this I want when my son really decides to, if he wants to play guitar, this is gonna be like the guitar that I give him, like his first electric, because
Yeah.
he has a like mediocre acoustic now because he's a child and they don't know how
Yeah.
to take care of things. But when he's ready, this is gonna be beautiful. So I have a fun exercise I want to throw at you that I gave Ethan.
All right.
I want you to
Throw it at
rank
me.
these guitarists on this list.
All
Go
right.
ahead and rank them from worst to best. Here, you can have the mouse.
All right.
Rank them from worst to best on this list. we have Misha Mansour from Periphery, Tim Henson from Polyphia, Angel Vivaldi, Nick Johnston, Aaron Marshalls, Andy James, Jason Richardson, Pliny, David Maxim, and Sinister Gates.
All right. So how do I rearrange them?
Just rank them from, best to not the best. You know what I mean?
All right. So what do? Just click and drag?
Yeah, you do, exactly. Just drag and
All
drop.
right, so my favorite in this list, this is tough.
Yo, it's right. There's some
All right,
bangers.
I'm gonna
on
have
there.
to go Pliny.
Get
I
out of here at the
love
top.
Pliny.
My God, everyone's like,
I love him
too. But I would not put him at the top there. But that's just me. That's just me. Go ahead and I'll let you run through here, man.
I think I'm gonna go Misha second.
Oh man, all right.
Very, very big influence of mine.
Yeah. Periphery. What did you think of their new album, man?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, very experimental.
Stan.
Yeah, I like the fact that they said fuck it to their label and did their own thing.
Duh, man, it's so powerful and it's crazy. This day and age, you can do that, man.
Yeah,
you can really
like
produce your own shit.
They're self-made, That's what I love about Periphery.
Yeah, man.
A
lot of these guys on this list, man, they got to where they're at because social media and just the internet allows you to be your own producer.
Oh,
essentially,
yeah.
You know what I mean? If you want to put the work in that way.
Probably put Nick Johnson at third.
My man,
love him, dude.
So
I saw him live and
he
he
I'm jealous, God.
changed the way I viewed the guitar. Like he was just one with his instrument.
Dude, when he plays, his hands don't move.
He's so soulful
It's
too.
just like this. This is all you see.
Oh, yeah.
It's there's no finger movement at all.
He's just
so
fluid.
economic. Yeah.
Fluid is the best way to describe his playing.
He's my personal favorite guitarist. I got a signed copy of Remarkably Human.
Yes,
my
great
friend,
album.
My friend Megan got me it for Christmas. Actually,
good shit.
She's awesome, and he's awesome. What did you think of his new album, The Wide Eyes in the Dark? Have you listened to it yet?
I thought it was pretty good,
dude. It took me a few run throughs. I think Remarkably Human was better in the sense of being more accessible.
Yeah, I think Remarkably Human is my favorite.
Yeah. This one, I loved the title track, The Wide Eyes in the Dark. I think it's one of the last songs on the album. Fucking powerful
good
song,
stuff,
man.
Yeah, he knows how to write.
Dude, masterful. Everyone on this list, really.
And then where would I put fourth? Let's go with Andy James.
Yeah,
I love
dude.
his playing.
Me too, dude.
He's
He's kind of was an influence on me recently with just being more metal, just with playing harder tones, harsher tones. I fucking love his attack.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. His speed is
hell of a lead
retarded,
player.
dude. It's fucking crazy.
And then fifth, I'll put Sinister Gates.
Alrighty. Fair enough.
Sixth, I'll go Jason Richardson.
Dude, that's crazy. Because honestly, if I was gonna rate this list based solely on skill, I think I'd put.
Oh yeah,
Jason
if it was
at the
solely on
top.
skill, Jason would be up there.
Yeah.
But for me, this is just people that really that I find interesting.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what you're doing here. You're rating how they rate in your mind.
Then I'll go David Maxim, and then I'll probably stick with this for here.
Yeah.
Then Aaron Marshall.
Yeah.
Then Angel Vivaldi, and then Tim Henson.
That's fucking awesome, man. Dude, I'm surprised everyone throws Tim at the bottom there.
Yeah, I like his playing.
Yeah.
But when I saw them live, it just didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
To be honest, yeah.
The bass was I think the funnest thing, man.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie with that one.
He the most energetic person on stage, I think, is I can't remember the fucking bass.
Where you set your mouse
name.
at?
I'll just take it from you.
Thank you.
But yeah, there you go. So that's
my
Brad's
list.
Pliny, Misha, Nick Johnston, Andy James, Sinister Gates, Jason Richardson, David Maxim. Dude, do you know Destiny Potato?
Yes.
Oh, dude.
Destiny Potato rules.
Dude, they're coming out with a new album right now.
Really?
Yeah. I think they're changing the band name to something else.
Why would you change it?
Right?
Destiny Potato is one of the best names ever.
Yo, for real. Anytime I tell people about oh, what are you listening to, and I say that
Yo, Destiny Potato.
Well, the problem is instantly they're like, yeah, you're listening to garbage right now. It's no, I'm listening to something more talented than you could possibly understand.
Oh yeah,
it's so tasteful. So then we got Aaron Marshall's. Dude, Intervals is so guitar-y. I think Aaron Marshall's is one of the guys. I saw him, Pliny, and I think it was Animals as Leaders was the headlining band, but I saw them all in Philly. Oh my god, dude.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That was
Animals
one
as
of the
Leaders is great,
Dude. Just insane stuff.
And then Intervals
man.
is even pretty sick. Like Aaron Marshall, that dude
Yeah,
can shred.
like him and Pliny, like they all played together. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like they were each other's band.
Pliny
Yeah.
is easily my favorite on this list. That
That's
guy is a
crazy,
great
man.
songwriter.
Yeah. What's your
Yeah.
favorite song of his?
Oh, I think it's called Waxed and Feathered. I
Tarred
like
and
that
Feathered.
one. Tarred
Yeah,
and Feathered. Yeah.
That
That's the
one's
one. It's
crazy.
the acoustic one.
Yeah.
I learned most of that on.
It's tricky.
Yeah,
like,
it is
sounds
very
weird.
tricky.
I like the one.
It's very
Heart. You know,
shifty.
You know Heart.
Yeah, Heart's awesome. I
That
love
shit
that.
is so tasteful.
Another
That's
guitar
like-
player I love.
Yeah.
Do you ever listen to Sithu A?
Oh fuck yeah, bro!
Sithu
Summer
A.
Break. That whole
Oh.
fucking EP. Oh my
that
god.
guy rules.
Oh my god, so good. And then Angel. You don't like Angel?
I do like Angel.
Yeah?
I do.
You don't consider him like on tier with Andy? I would think he'd be like pretty close.
I'd say pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't find myself listening to him as much.
Yeah.
But he is a very talented guitar player.
Mhm.
My drummer Sam in Burial in the Sky, he actually got guitar lessons from Angel.
Get out, like
Yeah,
over
for a couple
Skype.
years. I'm not sure. I think he said his dad actually shoots Angel's videos. So that's how I guess that's how he got pretty tight with him.
That's so cool.
Mhm.
That's small world shit right there.
Very, very small. That's one thing I learned about music is that the more you get into it, the world, this is the world.
Yeah.
This is the world now.
Yeah.
And it's just going to keep getting smaller.
100%,
It's-
man. Oh yeah, and then Tim Henson, dude. What do you think about their newest album? The one
I
with-
love it.
dude. The
Honestly,
trap beats,
I
dude,
love.
They slap, dude.
That's my thing. Like when I jam at home and I'm making backing tracks for myself, you know, I'll come up with a chord progression. I'll put it on the piano and then I just put in like a little hip hop beat
Yeah.
and I just improvise over it and just jam, dude.
I think that new album changed the way I'm able to digest like trap music because I really am not like a hip hop dude conventionally. Like I like the rap that I listen to is from like when I was born, like
Yeah.
like late '80s, early '90s stuff. Like that's the stuff I enjoy.
That's
Some
good stuff,
early
though.
2000 stuff. Yeah, and it is.
Like, I'm
great.
big on that stuff. Like
Yeah.
Biggie Smalls is
Hell,
one of my
fuck yeah,
favorite
dude.
artists
Hell
in
yeah,
general.
man.
Like I love Biggie.
Yeah, Blackstreet and Dre. Like that's my shit.
Mhm.
But then you have yeah, that stuff just it changed the way I'm able to digest. Like some of the trap beats now, like I can listen to the music without like worrying about like whatever they're mumbling about.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm just like, oh, that's actually pretty tasteful like progression that they have going on there.
Oh, yeah, there's
And
some
I'll
interesting
focus
stuff
on that
out there.
instead. It's like people are singing the song and I'm like boom.
Yeah, I just want to listen
know
to the
what I mean?
drums.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Or like I like hip hop artists that actually play bass and stuff. Like they actually have
Yeah.
the funky bass lines.
Mhm.
Like I know my favorite like I wouldn't even say he's just exactly hip hop. You ever listen to Thundercat?
No, I don't know.
So this
that at all.
guy, he plays a 6-string bass and he's like a hip hop kind of jazz fusion, R&B, funk kind of artist. Like he just writes whatever he's feeling, man.
That's super cool.
And he'll just lay down some funky bass lines and he'll just be rapping over it and I'm just like, dude, this is good.
that is dope.
It's
man.
good stuff. Yeah.
Wow, we got some comments here. Everyone liked the video. Destiny Potato? Dude, so check this out. All right. What's your favorite Destiny Potato song? I'll tell
not
you right
familiar
now,
with too
like
many
the,
other
the
songs.
yeah, like I know most of them by like title.
Yeah, they're one of those bands. Like when I'm at
yeah.
work, I'll throw on the album and I'll just hit play and just listen to it. You know,
Yeah.
rather than track to track.
Yes, it's like something Dream. I can't remember.
Yeah, that one rings a bell.
Look up a song Destiny Potato. Like just type in the word Dream and it'll come up. It's like something Dream.
That is a good one.
Yeah, that's probably like if you're gonna like them, that's the song that's gonna make you understand if you like them or not. One of the songs I love on their album is called Machine. And it's,
yeah.
you know what I'm talking
know,
about?
yeah.
It's like, dude,
Oh,
I
yeah.
wish that song was 20 minutes long.
Yeah, you
'Cause
just
it's
want to keep it going.
Yeah, dude, it's just so the dynamics of that thing they just build and just put you in a place mentally that's just like, oh god.
Yeah, they write some good stuff.
Yeah, dude.
Talented group of people.
Yeah. Well, that's David Maxim's project.
Yeah.
There, man. It's he's just a genius.
And he has
man.
his own like solo thing as well too.
Yeah,
doesn't he?
dude. The
Yeah.
Bilo stuff and the Ego and Eco.
Mhm.
My god, dude. Super, super tasteful stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that's fucking.
Yeah, I'm
super
into them. I'm trying to think of another like solo artists I'm big into. Like I like a lot of like the acoustic players. Like I
You
like
like who?
Ian Ethan Case.
I don't
He
know that
plays,
one. You have to send me some.
He's really good. This guy plays a double neck. He has a 12-string and a
Ooh.
6-string and they're tuned to like weird open tunings. you'll see him like play both guitars, and like, he's
crazy.
going all over the place.
You know, Andy McKee.
I love
Yeah,
dude. That
dude.
song "Drifting."
Yeah, hell yeah.
I tried
dude.
learning that. That's
Yeah.
hard. It's
I
weird
tried
because like
learning that.
I don't know how acoustic players do that. Like they're they're drumming and being percussive,
Yeah,
but then
dude.
hitting harmonics and like
Yeah.
all the slaps. Like there's a lot more of a thought process. Like you have to sit there and count like 1 and 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And, just like try to piece it together bit by bit.
Yeah.
Another one that I love, John Gomm.
Oh my god, dude. I just got into him
he's
this year.
so
Like last
good.
month, bro. Everything, that song fucking
Dude, I'm not gonna lie.
slaps.
Like I listen to Passion Flower probably like every day.
Yo.
And like that
For
song
real.
is just so beautiful.
Dude, that's the one that got me into him. And dude, that day that I like that song found me. Like,
I
really,
know.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, like it just
Um,
came up and like I just
I
remember
listened to it for
listening
an hour straight, maybe 2 hours
It
straight.
was just crazy
on
because like
repeat.
you hear him noodling and then like scratching
Mhm.
on the guitar, like just he's using every part of the guitar, and then he started doing that stuff with
Oh,
his
yeah.
tuning pegs. That was beautiful.
Blew,
and then he
blew
started
me out of the
drumming,
water, dude.
doing everything, and then he just starts singing.
Yeah, dude.
And his voice is beautiful.
yeah, dude.
And he's just so passionate about like you could tell like he just loves what he is doing.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if you ever read the description on the YouTube video for Passion Flower, but the way that song was written is so I guess he has like a really small backyard where he grew a plant, and that plant grew to be something big, like it almost took up the whole yard. And he said he went outside one day and just saw all like the 100 of flowers just like in the sunlight, and he was just like, I'm gonna write a song for my plant. And that's yeah.
That's so beautiful. The lyrics are so good, like you crack up through the
Mhm.
pavement.
Yeah.
Like it's so fucking
so
it's so the imagery in his
Oh,
lyrics.
yeah,
you're
it's
like,
beautiful.
dude. You get
Like,
goosebumps.
I
from
know.
that, dude.
dude, like I
Such
hardly pay
amazing
attention to
songwriting.
lyrics because like I'm more of like an instrumentalist,
Yeah.
but like beautiful lyrics. I love like the metaphorical approach
Mhm.
to lyrics.
Yeah, like his songs are like 100% complete too.
Oh yeah.
Like, and it's him and the guitar.
Oh yeah.
It's like it just.
He's one of those people. He's
It's
just
just like Nick
one.
Johnson.
He's
Exactly.
just one with
dude.
the instrument. Like that instrument is him.
Mhm.
Oh, that's cool.
And that guitar's beat up, man. His guitar.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I love it. Like it's all scratched
scratched
up,
all over
but
the
you can tell
place.
like that's his guitar. That is his workhorse. I almost saw him. I was gonna go to Tech Fest in where was that? Was that the UK? I think Tech Fest is. Yeah, I was gonna go to that because Black Crown was playing over in the UK with that. I was gonna fly over and just spend like the 3 or 4 days the event was, and John Gomm was there.
Oh fuck.
That
yeah,
that
dude.
was the guy I was most excited for, but then unfortunately I couldn't rack up the funds to go.
Yeah, man.
It's expensive.
It is, dude.
And then-
how much is a flight here? Like when you were
Oh, it was
pricing
a
it
good
out?
bit.
I didn't even look.
At the time, I think my ticket was like 700.
That's not crazy.
It's not too bad. That was a round trip.
Yeah,
It's like
I
700.
went to Alaska a couple years ago, and my ticket, and that's about the same distance. Like, it's
Yeah.
fucking crazy, thousands of miles, but I think mine was like 500. If you get it
That's
ahead
not
of
bad.
time, yeah. If you get it
Yeah.
ahead of time, you can get a.
That's the
decent
crazy thing
deal.
about flights is like they're fluctuating all the
Yeah.
time. You check one day and it's like $100 difference than it was yesterday.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
Up or down. You gotta be like, am I cool paying this?
Yeah, exactly. Like, is this worth
Yeah.
the amount? Yeah, man, that's fucking John Gomm, dude. Oh my god.
Too good.
I'm trying to think of yeah, so what have you been listening to like in the last year? Like what's been kind of your last year in music? Cuz that's pretty recent. You can kind of tell me how you've roller coastered to where you're at right now.
So what I've been listening to lately?
Yeah, like what have been your main like things that you've been focused on? Like listen, like what have you been putting on repeat?
Definitely a lot of like jazz fusion.
Yeah.
Like like the guitar players in jazz fusion are really good, and you can really hear that. That's where like a lot of the prog guys get their influence from. Like when now after like really digging deep into like Alan Holdsworth, you can really hear that kind of influence with even bands like Meshuggah. Like when you listen to the leads in Meshuggah, you just hear like that's Alan Holdsworth.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's really
Yeah.
cool. And that's kind of what opened up my eyes. It's just like there's a lot more to be inspired by than just metal. Like the more artists you listen to, the more you're gonna grow as a musician.
Yeah.
You know.
I think Polyphia kind of was one of the bands that did that for me, where it was just like, man, I I can make any genre with spices from other ones. It's cool, like, and it can be done really well. Oh man, and that's super cool with the jazz fusion stuff. Like you're doing, like you were saying, the ninth chords that you're doing too.
Oh yeah,
yeah, man. Like all that stuff
real
is
big
super
voicings. Yeah, they're really pretty. A lot of sevenths, and then I use a lot of open strings.
I like to use the open strings for like actually Ethan was showing me how what he does with them, and I kind of started adapting that into my playing too. It adds a flavor, man. It's nice. It changes the way the chord feels to your emotions. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like a regular barred G is completely different than one with the open bud. You know what I mean?
Like if you did something like, let's just say something like that, like the high E's is gonna
give makes it more dissonant for that C minor. Yeah,
kind of like something like Opethy.
Yeah, 100%.
Rather than the.
You like Opeth?
I love Opeth.
You like sewing?
I love sewing,
dude.
Whenever people were like, "Oh, you know, I want Tool to come out with a new album," you know, like I was just like, just go listen to Sewing.
Yo, 100%,
like
bro.
listen to
They're
Sewing.
So
dude.
fucking good.
Yeah, I love them,
dude.
That's a really, really, really good project.
Earlier this year, like it's like a super band, right? They got
Martin
the
Lopez
singer,
is the drummer for. He was originally in Opeth and was on the very first Amon Amarth album.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, and I don't know who the singer is, but I know
the singer's the guy from Opeth.
No, it's not. He wasn't in Opeth. I don't think so. Not the singer.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah. It's the lead singer of Opeth.
No, that's Michael Ackerfeld.
Yeah.
From Opeth. That's not him.
Yeah, it is.
No, it is not. No, it is not. It is not. I promise you. I promise you.
We'll find out right now. Who's the lead singer of Sewin? Drum roll, please. Oh my God! It said sewing.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah,
gotta love voice to text.
Right when I said it, I was like, "All right, here we go."
But yeah, and then on bass they have Steve DiGiorgio.
Joel Ekalof. I was wrong.
You were wrong. I knew it. I knew it. Yeah, I know that's not Michael Ackerfeld.
Damn, bro. Yeah, so we got initially formed in 2004. It was May 2010 that the formation of Sewin was announced. The original lineup consisted of former Opeth drummer Martin Lopez. My man, you know your shit, Brad Hettinger. My goodness. Ex-Death, Testament, and Sadist bassist Steve DiGiorgio. This man knows his shit. I didn't know that at all.
And I don't know who the guitar player is or if he's from something.
Vocalist Joel Ekalof. It's got to be an oaf because that's like a fucking umlaut, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then guitarist Kim Platt-Bar. Oh my God, we're gonna take our time with this one.
Yeah, I don't know him.
Kim Platt-Barsdis.
That's a mouthful.
It is. That's a weird one.
But yeah, Steve DiGiorgio is like my favorite in that group because I loved his work with Death. I loved watching him with Testament.
Yeah, that's where that's the only band I really.
Testament's good. Like I'm not huge on thrash, but I absolutely love Testament. Yeah. I know they had G. I don't know if he's still in it, but Gene Hoglan was the drummer for Testament.
Mm-hmm.
The Atomic Clock.
Yeah, the Atomic Clock.
His timing's impeccable.
Yeah,
he's a really good drummer.
He is a metronome.
Oh yeah,
the Atomic Clock.
He is the metronome.
He's what metronomes like reference.
Yeah, metronomes try to be Gene Hoglan.
That's funny, man. Yo, so what's like a couple bands that you're into right now? Like, you sent me a bunch of stuff a while ago, and I was kind of running through it in anticipation for this. One of them was Australia.
Love Australia.
Which is so like it's just basically instrumental and just ambient as fuck.
Super ambient.
And just
it's like a dream state.
Dude, 100%, man. Like you can do anything that's peaceful and you need music for the background. That band does it better than like any other that I can think of off the top of my head right now.
Mm-hmm.
But what I've been really into right now, like lately, my favorite band has been Sky Harbor, and I know you love them.
I love Sky Harbor.
We had that conversation.
That song Evolution.
Oh, that whole album, bro. That album and the Guiding Lights. Oh my God, dude. So
I forget what track it was, but the one that had Mark Holcomb on it on the first one.
Yes.
Very good. It's another one of my favorites. Like all the guys in Periphery, but especially Mark Holcomb. Love that guy's playing.
Mm-hmm.
He's very, again, eclectic.
Yeah.
you know, like he's in like a like kind of progressive metalcore kind of band, but like throws some black metal influence in there.
Hell
it's like,
yeah, dude.
It's neat.
Yeah, man. Evolution is I think that's the song that got me into that album. But my favorite song by them is Halogen. Do you know that song?
Yeah.
But it's got to be the version that has that spoken word thing at the end.
Oh yeah,
Oh
I know what you're talking about.
Dude, that shit is so like. That shit gives me goosebumps every time I fucking hear it. That shit just speaks.
That's
to
when
my
you know it's
soul.
good, when a song just gives you like that horripulation.
Yeah, dude.
It's nice. You're like,
Well, it's like, oh, dude, I feel this at my core. Oh,
I remember
my
the
God.
very first song that really gave me goosebumps was when I first started getting into like progressive metal, and I found Dream Theater, and I was listening to that song In the Name of God, like 5 minutes in or so, where it just like thins out, and it's just the bass just doing the do 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 do. I was just like, I was just like, yo, this is like so good. And then like Mike Portnoy does like the cool drum fill. It's like the longest drum fill I've ever heard. And then I just remember like looking at my arms, and all my hairs were standing up.
Hell yeah,
like
dude.
I was like, oh, this is good shit.
I'm feeling this.
Oh yeah, dude. Prog's just crack for your ears.
Yo.
Yeah, it's awesome.
For real, man. Yo, so man, what can you give like some people advice on how to be really cuz you're really accessible to these bands like Barely in the Sky right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were just available for them. How can you give people advice on being a musician that gets into bands? Like how do you manage to get involved with so many projects?
Networking, just networking, making friends. If you like somebody's work, go tell them, tell them that, you like what they're doing, you like their vision and stuff like that. Just let them know that what they're doing is paying off, because it gets hard.
100%.
It gets really hard. Like, metal's not the most popular genre in the world.
100%.
And
man.
it's hard to make it, like, it's just how it is. You do it because you love it. But, yeah, you just gotta, that was my thing. Like, I just made friends with everybody, and, then they saw what I was doing on social media, posting videos and stuff. They were just like, you know what, this
That's what
guy's
made
got
me,
chops.
Yeah, that's what made me respect you more. Like because when I first got in Scarlet Moon, like I was like, oh, I'm the better Brad. That's why you picked me up. And then like I saw some of the shit you were doing. I'm like, oh shit, dude, this guy's fucking good. This guy's fucking good, dude.
Thank you.
Yo, after that, I just started like really I held you to a much higher esteem. Like not only as a guitarist or a man, but like as a Brad. I'm like, he's holding this mantle well.
Oh, the Brads, man.
Yo, for real, man.
I appreciate that.
Yo,
Thank you.
it's from the heart. I promise.
That's just all there is to it. Is like just networking and making friends in any way you can. I don't know. Like I pretty much in every band that I've joined, I kind of jumped on board.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like they needed me, and
I was just there
for
them. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and like I'm not gonna lie. Every time that I agreed to like opt in and help out a band, I bit off way more than I could chew.
Mm-hmm.
And all I gotta say is like that. Just like you just gotta push yourself. Like I remember when I was learning Dismal stuff, it was hard for me at the time because I was like, I've never played these kind of chords before. I never played this kind of metal, but it really pushed me. I learned like their set in about 2 months, and then I was feeling confident about it, and then joined the band. And then same with Levitated. Gave myself about 2 months to learn the material, and just barely made it. Now with Burial in the Sky, this is tough.
Yeah.
I had about 2 weeks to learn their set, and it is the hardest stuff that I have had to learn for a band yet.
So tell me, like, how long was the set that you had to prepare for?
Only about like 20 minutes. But being like tech death, that was hard.
100%, dude. And that's one of those things where like if it's a pop song like me, like, oh, we have a request, we have to learn it in like 2 weeks. I'm like, fucking yeah, dude. I just gotta memorize the lyrics. I'll figure it out, dude. What is it? A minor CG? Fuck
yeah, right.
Dude. You know what I mean?
But yeah, with Burial it was a lot different. Weird time signature changes here and there. The song I had to learn to audition is a song that they were working on. That was pretty challenging. Like it had some kind of little doozy licks, that's for sure. And then it was just like it was a little bit of a challenge.
Hell yeah,
That's
man.
for sure.
It's commendable that you were able to make it happen in 2 weeks. How many hours a day do you practice?
Not enough.
Fucking, I'll drink to that, bro.
Sometimes, like, I don't know, it could be like half an hour. Sometimes, usually.
What about like in anticipation for this show?
Then like this past like couple weeks when I was
2 weeks, yeah,
getting ready for the show, I was trying to play like an hour a day.
That's it.
There was a couple, there was like 2 or 3 nights where it was, like I stayed up from like, I got home at like 5 o'clock, got myself settled, and then I would just like have 2 cups of coffee and stay up till like 2 in the morning practicing.
Yeah.
Then I go to work the next day and repeat.
yeah. That's how you got to do it sometimes, man.
Yeah, you really got to push yourself sometimes. But I made it work. I remember like when I played that show on Monday, I can tell you right now, I haven't felt that nervous in a long time. Like I kind of definitely got over like the whole stage fright kind of thing, but I was just freaking out because like, I looked over to my left and just saw all the great musicians I was just about to play with. Like I was like, these guys are so good. Like you got James on guitar, fucking incredible guitar player. And then you got Sam on drums. He can play so fast and just so articulate. Such a great drummer. And then Jarrell, and a phenomenal vocalist. He's insane. He's got pipes.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I can call them pipes. They're more like turbines.
Yeah.
And then
awesome.
and then there's Zach, like playing sax, like looking over and watching him play sax was awesome. It was really cool. And he's just an incredible bass player as well. But yeah, I remember just being so nervous. And then as soon as Sam started counting in the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I just strummed the first chord, and I was like, I'm feeling it. I'm good now.
And the pitch shifter didn't shit the bed.
Yeah. Thank God, no.
Oh man, no, that's really cool, man.
No, it was awesome. It was a really good time.
Yeah. So man, that's crazy that you're consistently like an hour a day is like how much you get in.
I'd like to try to get
good,
an hour.
man. You're fucking.
Thank you.
You're an animal.
What's
that fucking viral video you have where you're playing it for an hour, like self-destruct or some shit like that?
Tactical Nuke by the Acacia Strain.
Yeah.
Just that stupid low note the whole time. I'm not gonna lie, that was hard because my attention span I could not hold for an hour.
Yo.
I was hungry. Like I didn't eat. That's why I was eating while I was playing it.
Oh man.
Taking a sip of my tea, trying to play the riff. It was a fun time.
Yo, I love how you open it. Let's just get right into this.
I was like, let's get into this. And then I ended it. I took off the sunglasses, like, never again. Signing off. But it was a good time. I think that stream hit like 2K.
Yeah,
it had about 2,000 views just within that hour.
Yeah,
like people were sharing it, and it felt good. And I was just reading the comments as I was playing, and I was just like, I can't believe you guys are watching this.
You literally have nothing better to do with your time.
Oh yeah, my one friend Lizzie, she watched the whole thing. She said it's ridiculous.
Crazy,
I'm like, why would you do that? It's like an hour you're not getting back.
Yeah, for real.
No, it was awesome. That was definitely a fun stunt.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it either. Like I did that stupid thing. Like I was like, yo, if this gets 100 likes, I'll play Tactical Nuke live stream for an hour. Surely enough, it hit 100. And I was like, I remember I posted that in the morning, and then when I was leaving work, I saw that it was like about like 98, and I was like, I gotta go home and do this now. Like I'm a man of my word. I gotta stick to this. So,
that's crazy.
Went home and did it.
That's crazy, dude.
Oh yeah.
That shit's so funny. So you actually, something that we didn't really touch on is how skilled you are at doing your tracking and stuff, man. Like you sent me some of your like fucking Spartan fucking warrior kind of like cinema like grade shit that you put together like with MIDI, I guess.
Yeah.
Dude, very nice stuff, man.
Dude, thank you.
What got you interested in doing that?
Like writing like kind of like more like ambient kind of stuff.
Yeah, just like cinema grade stuff, like the movie,
like adding like
movie
the cinematics
soundtrack kind of shit.
Definitely. My cousin got really big into that. He turned me on to the guy that made the Game of Thrones soundtrack.
Nice.
I was big on the soundtrack before I even got into the show. I'm only like halfway through it still, but then it led me to eventually go and watch the Game of Thrones orchestra. The guy that
you watched him live.
Yes, I saw it twice.
I
saw it twice.
Hell,
it was
dude?
great. I didn't even finish the show. The first time I saw it, I've never watched an episode of Game of Thrones in my life. And that got me into like the, you know, orchestral kind of stuff. Sounds massive. That's why I like it. And listening to bands, you know, utilize stuff like that just makes the mix sound so much bigger. So I got into messing around with that, like messing around with like layered pianos and different synths, and just different orchestral ideas, you know, violins, harp, just whatever, just anything to throw into the mix. The whole kit and caboodle.
I love it, man.
Thank you.
It's really good. So you how often do you sit down and like record that stuff? Like and how did you put together the Levitated album? Did you guys
I had no
record
part
that
for the
somewhere
Levitated
else?
album so
Okay.
far. So they had that album written by the time I got into the band. But yeah, that's some stuff they've been working on for years. Like Levitated, I think they only really started really started playing live and getting it kickstarted like maybe like a year before I joined. So they've been at it for like 2 years. But the thing is, like, Levitated was our guitar player Johnny's project for years. Like, he was just writing. He's got a SoundCloud with all kinds of really dope shit on there. So that was just his project. To be honest, I never even like actually like formally met the guy. It's funny, like I'm in a band with him, but like never formally met him. Like he was still playing shows when I saw them at Reverb, but like at the time I was kind of awkward and like wouldn't go up and talk to people. So I didn't go and talk to him, which I kind of regret because, like I said, I never got to talk to him yet. So we collab ideas, you know, send stuff back and forth via SoundCloud and just try writing together. Hopefully he comes back sometime and I can write with him in person. It'd be really cool.
So you guys are kind of like a remote band. That's how Black Crown does it, man. It's crazy what the internet gives you the ability to do.
The internet is
My God.
fantastic. What would we do without it?
Yeah. So what software do you use to like record and everything?
I just use Reaper. I use Reaper, and then like for like VSTs and stuff. For drum machines, I use Easy Drummer, and sometimes I use Get Good Drums. And then from there, I just kind of use like different sorts of like reverbs and delays. And most of it is just my Axe effects going straight into my computer. And then I'm learning how to mix right now.
Interface?
So it does have USB, but it only controls parameters. So like I can only like tweak tones.
So you have to send that through like
I'm doing exactly what we're doing now. Yeah, I basically go into an interface. Yeah.
Nice.
It's just
So
like
yeah,
that.
so like this is my like sound interface. Like it's grabbing all of the audio and then sending it through USB to my PC.
Gotcha.
And before that, I was using a Scarlett 2i2 by Focusrite.
That's what I had the 2i2 or 2i4. One of the two.
Yeah. The 2i2 has like 2 ports.
Yeah, okay, that's the one I have.
It's
yeah.
nice.
It is nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Scarlett makes good stuff. I was using the Solo originally, and that even got the job done.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, I ended up trading that for that bass amp in there. I don't know if you saw it. It's like
I think I did.
Yeah, it's nice. I didn't need it, but it's nice. I needed that bass amp more than I needed the Scarlett, just because I have bass players on my show. I don't want them to have to bring a bunch of shit like I forced you to do.
Yeah.
But I'm really happy you did.
No, I am too. Like,
yeah.
I
knew you'd enjoy. Yeah, I knew you'd enjoy bringing it out. So that's why I told you to do it. You know who Alex Price is?
Alex
Inner
Price.
Urge band.
Mm-mm.
No, they brought a bunch of their equipment as well, and shout out to those guys because they were so fucking fun. This definitely rivals that one for like my funnest interactive podcast I've done.
It is fun.
But yeah, they had like the whole gear bag, and like Alex showed me he has like a custom built pedal board.
Oh hell yeah,
it's fucking
that is
super
nice.
Cool. I gave him one of those extender thing too.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, because his thing like it just plugs out to that. I'm like, yo, I have like, cause he's like, how can I make this reach? I'm like, oh, dude, I have something just for you, sir. But yeah, man, that's fucking cool. So I think we've been going for a few hours now, man.
Have we?
Yeah,
already.
It's almost 11 o'clock.
When did we start?
Probably like, if I had to guess, you got here around 7, and it probably took us like, we've probably been going for like at least 2 hours. I don't know.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't know. I kind of just I don't have any more specific questions. And we kind of riffed on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whole lot of
And I
riffing.
definitely want to jam with you, and I kind of want to get started on that before we die of exhaustion here.
Yeah.
So let's kind of wrap things up, man. Like,
All right.
where can people find you if they want to do like some collaborative work or just listen to your stuff?
Definitely, you can find all my band stuff, both Burial in the Sky and Levitated. You can find all that stuff on Apple Music and Spotify, YouTube, all that stuff. And then to find my stuff, you can follow me at Between the Buried and Brad on Instagram, or you can even add me on Facebook, just Brad Hettinger. You should be able to find me. And just shoot me a message if you wanted to collab on something, if you wanted me to record something, or if I'm free, I'd fill in, you know. I like doing that. And then I even teach guitar, so like,
yeah, absolutely.
If you're interested in lessons, hit me up. Like, I'm always looking to teach more people.
Yeah, definitely.
I love doing that.
And even like advice on gear, because me and Ethan
lot of people
are both like kind of going to you now. It's like,
Yeah.
should I do this or that? Like, I'm so happy I finally got to touch out Strandberg, dude.
I'm glad you got to touch it too.
Yeah.
I like to put Strandbergs in everyone's hands.
Yeah.
Because it's an experience, man. It's no other guitars like it.
No.
And
man.
like I said, like a lot of people don't know about it. A lot of people don't know about the neck. They pick it up and they're like, "That's weird," and it's just like,
Yeah.
it is weird, but man, is it cool?
Yeah, it changes. It changes the way. It doesn't make you. It doesn't feel like weird either. It's like it just
It
changes
feels
the
very
way.
natural.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it doesn't look natural, but like when you feel it, it's just like I feel like
This
I'm.
is how this is supposed
Yeah.
to be. Yeah.
Like I remember, remember how you were saying like this would get you out of like bad habits.
Yeah.
It did for me too. Like my arpeggios, my arpeggios still are sloppy, but like I was playing arpeggios super sloppy on a regular guitar, and as soon as I played it on this, like I was just noodling through it. Like for a while, I was getting good at sweep picking. That's one thing. It's just like working out. You got to keep up with that. 'Cause
Yeah.
if you don't keep up with sweep picking, you're never gonna.
Yeah, I was messing
it.
around and like I was like my one friend was like, "Oh, use like something crazy hard," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I know this one sweep," and I did it, and I'm like, "Ugh, let me show you this
yeah.
instead." Like fuck
Yeah,
that.
it's just like, I don't need that.
Let me take a mulligan on that thing I was just about to show you. Oh, no doubt. All right, man. Well, that's fucking awesome. And then
Awesome.
all your information is in the description. If you have anything else you want me to add to, I can throw
That's
it in
it.
there at
Yeah.
a later date. Yeah, definitely check out my man Brad's stuff, man. And that's going to be a wrap. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you so
And
much for having me
have
on.
a nice day.